Cedar Point has been getting a really bad rap the last few years. All about all the new restaurants that they're building and
a bunch of these like family coasters. Like, what's up with that? Cedar Point is known for all these crazy record-breaking thrill coasters and thrill machines, but now things have changed.
Or have they? Okay, before we get into things, I want to say that we started a thing called YouTube memberships. Some channels are doing it right now. It's similar to like a Patreon. So what you do is you join and pay a monthly subscription fee. There's 2 different tiers. There's studio partners and studio members, and really inexpensive. So we'll have a link in the description. What it does is gives you access to exclusive videos and exclusive content.
Things that normally people can't see, which is really cool.
So what this does is helps the channel a little bit more. Just an extra way to say thank you for doing the channel and stuff, and a little bit extra way to show your support. So if you want to do a little bit extra, go ahead. And I'd like to give a shout out, and this is one of the perks, to Andrea and Kevin, Cedar Kev. Thank you for being our first 2 members to the channel. I hope you guys enjoy the video, which is going to be a behind the scenes video from today's. It's going to be a whole behind the scenes of the making of today's video. So if you guys want to see something like that, go ahead. And like I said, there's a link in the description. Go ahead and join, and you'll be able to see that video along with Andrea and Kevin. So let's get on with the video. Now, what do we mean by "so you thought"? Now, Cedar Point obviously hasn't gotten any new roller coasters since 2018 and hasn't gotten any ground up coasters since 2016. And here it is next year, this year, 2023, and this operating season, 2023. Still no new coaster.
Well, they're getting a Wild Mouse, but that's a family coaster. No new thrill coaster since Steel Vengeance, which was in 2018.
So what I started doing is I started thinking about back in the past. I went back in a time machine, went into a boardroom where Cedar Point executives were all talking about their 5-year plan. Now, a 5-year business plan is something that pretty much all businesses use. It's something for short-term goals and something either a change in direction for the business or something. So what Cedar Point did is they did a lot of market research and realized that they weren't getting families. Now, families spend the most money. Enthusiasts don't spend a ton of money because we're usually pass holders and stuff like that.
But families, they usually have more people coming to the park. They usually buy merchandise, stuff like that.
They said, hey, we're losing out on families. How do we get families here? We have 2018 Steel Vengeance, my favorite roller coaster. A lot of people consider like one of the best roller coasters in the world. And Steel Vengeance was built. Enthusiasts were happy. Everyone's happy. But then you have to think 2018. So a 5-year plan. Now it doesn't have to be exactly 5 years, but
around
about. So you have 2019, 2020, 2021, 22, 23. Those are your 5 years. So if you think back to 2019, what was new in 2019? Forbidden Frontier. Forbidden Frontier is what? It's just an interactive.
It's an interactive island in the middle of the park, themed to like the Wild West kind of olden times, and it's just an interactive area that you can walk around. They have actors all dressed up and they're in character, and you can talk to them, go on little missions, stuff like that. That's great for families.
Then in 2020, their 150-year anniversary, they planned on huge parades and shows and a thing called Snake River Expedition, which goes along.
Which goes along. It's like in the same thing.
It's in the same universe as Forbidden Frontier. And again, another family ride. Now that was supposed to be 2020. As you guys all know, COVID hit 2020, and the parks things got all messed up from there.
Yes, definitely.
So it would have thrown off their timeline. But just go along in a world that COVID did not exist. Now in 2019, I got word, top secret word, I won't say from who, but I heard that Wicked Twister was on its last leg, that it was going to be shut down. I got word Someone already called me, told me, I can't tell you who. I can't tell you that was Tony Clark. He called me personally. He said, Jesse, roller coasters, this is for you. 2020, no more Wicked Twister. This is the last year of Wicked Twister. It's gone at the end of this year. So ride it now. Get that crazy launch while you can. I predicted that it was going to be shut down in 2019 because I heard that it was going away the next year. But it turned out that it was probably going to be gone in 2020. If not for COVID, Wicked Twister would have been gone in 2020. That means that whole area would have been changed, which means that 2022, this past year, would have been Boardwalk.
Yeah.
So you have 2019 Forbidden Frontier, 2020 Parades, Shows, Snake River Expedition. 2021 was probably going to be Farmhouse.
Yeah, which is, if you don't know, it's a big giant restaurant back in Frontier Town, and it's a very, it looks really nice, tons of seating, it's a huge restaurant.
It's just a way for them to up their dining
yes,
experience.
Definitely, yeah.
So you have 19 covered, 20 covered, 21 covered, and 22 Boardwalk. So that was their plan for 4 years. And what is the tie-in for all those attractions that they were putting in after Steel Vengeance?
They're all family attractions. They're all geared towards families.
So it really looks like Cedar Point sat down and said, hey, we're missing out on that family dollar. So we need to build that up. We need to spend the next 4 or 5 years really pushing the family experience, really pushing the dining experience, which goes along with the family, and just try to create that more diversified resort type feel that you don't get whenever it's just all thrill machines and all roller coasters. Now, that would have left open 2023, which is this year, this upcoming season. I truly believe that 2023 Cedar Point planned on building some new ground up big time roller coaster.
Possibly, because they were doing all this stuff. They got all the they did all the family attractions, and then once that 5-year plan is done, then you're getting more families in. Now it's time to build some more big roller coasters.
Now it's time to go back to the roots and do what Cedar Point, they built up everything for families. So go back to the roots, go back to big roller coasters and stuff. But obviously COVID got in the way right there. So you got to think that we're looking at this whole time frame, us as enthusiasts and us as people that may just not be enthusiasts, but just love big, huge roller coasters. And you have to think, okay, it's 2023. It's been 5 years since their last roller coaster. This coming up year, no new roller coaster. And then 2024, as was announced, we're just getting the redone Top Thrill Dragster.
Yeah.
So COVID hit and pushed everything back a couple years. And then Top Thrill Dragster had its accident, and then that is now that's now acting as their new 2024 roller coaster, which I don't think they at all planned on doing.
No, probably not. It's just a kind of cheap way to build a new coaster or reimagine having a new coaster, having a new addition.
New addition. But that truly makes me feel that 2025, I will almost guarantee it, we're going to see a brand new ground up roller coaster in 2025. Top Thrill Dragster is going to be more like a Rougarou type deal. Rougarou came out in 2015, but 2016 Valraven came out. So it's not like they treated the refurbished and changed Mantis into Rougarou. It's not like they treated that as their new coaster, like, okay, we're good for a few years.
Yeah.
I feel like even though Top Thrill Dragster is going to be more of an expense with the new launch and all that.
That's just something for that year, and then they can say, oh, look, we have a new addition this year.
So 2020 changed everything in the landscape. They really wanted to push that family plan. Their 5-year plan was solely focused on families. And then after that, I feel like they plan on getting back to normal. But that was all derailed by COVID and then by Dragster. So here we are left, what did we say? 5 years after, now 5 years after the last roller coaster.
Yeah.
And here we are just saying, hey, it's been 5 years since our last roller coaster. What's the deal? And it's easy to say that, but with all the issues that happened with finances after they couldn't open a lot of the year in 2020, and then 2021 being a little bit lower of a year, finally getting back to good numbers again in 2022. I think now things will start to level out, and 2025, expect a brand new roller coaster.
Let's hope.
I mean, I think that what we're going to get in 2025 is what we were supposed to end up getting in whatever I said, 2024, 2023. When I think we were supposed to get in 2023.
Yeah.
But that's it for this video. I hope that it shed some light on maybe what Cedar Point is thinking and what they're doing. I hope you enjoyed it. So like we said, drop a subscribe, drop a comment,
subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, and support us on the channel memberships, because that would be really cool.
And we'll see you guys next time on Beach Cliff Studios.